Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Samasta Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadavam Paramanandamadavam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Puranamnina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshini Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayini Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshini. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Uddharedatmanatmanam Natmanamavasadaye Atmaiva Hyatmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha Karmanyevadhikaraste Ma Phaleshu Kadachana Ma karma phala heturbhuhu Ma te sangostva karmani. So, these 5 verses are the essence of the Bhagavad Gita. These 5 verses are thus the essence of the Vedanta, the Upanishads. And these 5 verses are thus the essence of the Veda. In these 5 verses, the first 3 verses deal with what you have to do. The next 2 verses tells you what God does. Or the first 3 verses, they tell you about the secret of action. They deal with action. They deal with the yoga of action, karma yoga. The 4th verse presents for you bhakti yoga. The 5th verse presents for you that final knowledge. So we have seen all these things. In another way, if you want to look, these 5 verses speak about the spiritual journey. Give you a whole idea of your spiritual journey, a short capsule. The first verse tells you that there is a higher goal for life. The way we are living now is not sufficient, is not fulfilling, does not suffice. We know that. You find there, in spite of having everything, nobody can have everything. In spite of having all that is required for one's life, a lovely family, a beautiful, nice, comfortable home, lot of respect in the society. Meaning everything is there. What is required is there. Something here and there will always be there, lacking. That can't be helped. In spite of having everything, still there is no fulfillment. There is a sense of emptiness. It's not that people who come to spiritual life are those people who have a lot of suffering. Not necessarily so. Suffering or happiness, it does not matter. But there should be, viveka should be there. Those people come to spiritual life. Rich or poor, it does not matter. Spirituality is not for the poor. Spirituality is not for the rich. With spirituality is for the discriminative. Those who understand the limitations. So the first verse tells you, rise up from these limitations. Uddharet. And the limited way of living is called samsara. Different ways to look at samsara. And in that way of limited life, alone you have changes one after another. Non-stop changes. Samsara. Samsara means change, is it not? Samyak sarati. Constantly changes is samsara. In this realm of limited life that we live, the very nature of the self is limited here. I am limited, what I gain is limited. When you are limited, what you gain will also have to be limited. The limited cannot have the unlimited. Is it not? In a limited, limited glass, can you have unlimited water? Not possible. When you are limited, the experiences, the joy, the happiness, everything will have to be limited. This is an important point to be noted. The limited can never gain the unlimited. So, uddharet, from this limitation, you rise. Meaning you are limited. The joys that you have are limited. Everything is limited. From this limitation, you rise. Uddharet. And for this, the Guru and the Shastra can guide you. But the doing, you will have to do it. Because the one who is sick alone should take the medicine. The one who is hungry alone will have to eat. Because it is a personal problem. And the problem is that of ignorance. My ignorance, I have to solve with my knowledge. Why do you say the problem is that of ignorance? Because my nature is consciousness. Unlimitedness is my nature. Unlimitedness is not something to be gained. Unlimitedness is only to be recognized. You can't gain the unlimited. Because unlimited means unlimited in time. Suppose you gain the unlimited, what will happen? It will be limited. Any gain will have to be limited. And what comes in time will be lost in time. Therefore, there is no question of gaining the unlimited. There's only recognizing the unlimited. And luckily, my nature is unlimited consciousness. My nature is unlimited existence. My nature is unlimited bliss. Uddharet. Lift yourself from this realm of limitation and come to recognize your true nature as unlimited Sat Chit Ananda, which is called Paramatman, which is called Brahman, which is called Atman, which is called Bhagavan. And this is what Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, Aham Atma Gudakesha. Gudakesha is Arjuna. It means one who is the lord of sleep, meaning one who cannot be, one when any work, any task is there, he does it with great alertness. Gudakesha. Hey Gudakesha. That means one who has conquered tamas. Hey Gudakesha, Aham Atma. I am yourself. So this is the lifting yourself. And since the problem is of ignorance, my ignorance, somebody become knowledgeable cannot solve my problem. Therefore, one has to do it by oneself. Help is there, but help does not mean all is done. Take that knowledge and abide in that knowledge. Uddhared atmana atmanam. Na atmanam avasadayet. Do not go deeper and deeper into this limitation, into this samsara. And our own mind only will make us more and more go into the samsara. Be aware, be alert. Be aware of the mischief played by the mind. Be aware of the propensities of the senses. Be aware of the weaknesses and master, conquer them. Each one of us know where are the areas we are not strong. We know that. Conquer them. Shastra gives you guidance. Take them, conquer them. And the core of all weakness is what? Is this notion of individuality, which can be remedied only by knowledge and abidance. Now, Atmanam avasadayet. Atmanam, don't your own self, your own you, don't take yourself down and down more. Don't push yourself down and more. Okay? Atmaiva hyatmano bandhu. You are your own friend. The mind which has understood the Shastra wisdom, the mind which tries to apply this Shastra wisdom, that is your friend. That mind and intellect which is guiding you in the right direction is your friend. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhu. Gurudev used to say, alone to alone, all alone is the journey. Alone to alone, all alone. Because finally you have to do it yourself. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhu. Atmaiva rupuratmanaha. And you are your own enemy. Internal enemies are more dangerous than external enemies. In a country also, the enemies who are plotting against the nation inside, they are more dangerous than external enemies. External enemies, you know. Internal enemies, difficult to identify. Our own mind can become our own enemy and difficult to identify. Because very clearly we can see outside and very rarely we are able to see the inside. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmanaha. So this first verse tells you, first of all, there is a highest goal, And you have to do it. You take charge of yourself. The Shastras and the Guru can guide you. Tatastitaha, tatastitaha. As Shankaracharya would say in his Vivek Chudamani. The Shastra and the Guru, tatastitaha. They stay from outside and can tell you. Our Guruji used to say beautifully, you know who's your Guru? Of course, each one of us, we tell our Guru is my Guru. No, your Guru is your intellect. Very true. Because even that external Guru, when he tells you, you take it through what? You take it through your intellect only, is it not? So finally, and Bhagavan Buddha used to say, be a light unto yourself. This was the last teaching given by Bhagavan Buddha to his students. All the students were so worried and concerned that the master is going to pass away. And those who were so dear, near to him were inconsolable. Somebody asked, what will we do after you go? Then Bhagavan Buddha said, be a light unto yourself. This is a fact. No physical guru can be forever. You can't become a leech on your guru. Pavam guru. Our Gurudev used to say, I am not a mule guru. Right? The gurus can guide. We have to transform. So the first verse tells the higher goal. And then it tells you, you take charge. But this rising from limited to unlimitedness, what is being expressed here? And you do it, it is said. But this is not something you can just do it just by understanding. Yes, understanding can solve the problem provided there is purity of the heart. Because purity is a vessel in which clarity can be held. So you need the vessel of purity to hold that clarity. Otherwise, this clarity will just slip through the holes. Like a pot with cracks, like a vessel with holes. What happens to all that you pour? It will just go away. Night you fill it up, next day morning you see nothing is there. What happened? Everything gone down. Sometimes the cracks are so subtle you can't even see. And Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say interestingly that you have to, for holding the milk of the lion, you need to have the utensil of gold. I have not experimented it. Maybe poetical ways of saying it. To hold the milk of the lion, you need to have the vessel of gold. You can't hold it in any vessel. It will crack. So this knowledge to remain, we need what? We need that purity of heart. Actually, purity of heart is more difficult than clarity of understanding. It appears sometimes like that. Sometimes students seem to understand Vedanta a little fast. But to apply, they take a lot of time. Students means I am also student, okay? Students find difficulty. So what is the method? The method is what? Karma Yoga. So slowly the teaching moves. Karmanyevadikaraste. This second verse and then the third verse we are going to see today, they completely become Karma Yoga. They exactly tell you what is this Karma Yoga. The first verse introduces you to the goal and then tells you the direction. Since that is why karmanyevadikaraste, that means what? Jnananishtayam idanim bhavan adhikaraha nasti. That is the meaning. Karmani eva adhikaraha te. That means what? Natu jnananishtayam. Your adhikara is towards karma. That means what? You are not able to stick on to this knowledge, Arjuna. And through Arjuna, all of us. Mapaleshu kadachana. As we said, the word adhikara is a broader word. Adhikara means right. Adhikara means responsibility. Adhikara means area of attention. All these things come under adhikara. Area of action, area of endeavor, the ambit of endeavor, the limit of your focus. Adhikara, all these means. Karmani, may your adhikara, your right, your responsibility, your area of endeavor is what? Action. Ma paleshu kadachana. Let it not be that your area of endeavor is the result, which we have to understand rightly. Because dedication to result is to offer the individual as the altar of dedication. So focus on the result makes the individual the altar of dedication. You can focus on action, you can disregard the result. And to give up the results is actually not to be insistent upon the results. This you have to understand correctly. Give up the results means what? Ma paleshu kadachana. Let your area of endeavor of action not be the results. What does it mean? It means don't be over insistent on results. It does not mean forget the results. It means don't be insistent upon the results. Do, that is your duty. Results is not in your hand. We all know this. What is not in our hand? Why are we insistent upon it? We can do our best. Usually doing our best will give the result. But result is something which is under the control of various forces. Karturagnyaya prapyate palam. As Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi would say, by the will of the Lord, the result is gained. What do you mean, will of the Lord? Because Bhagavan maintains the whole cosmos. And at what time, what result a person should gain, according to his karma, according to the efforts that he has put, and according to the efforts others have put. And when I say efforts a person has put, it's not only in the present the effort one has put. It is also in the past, whatever actions one has done, on which we don't have our awareness of. So what I gain today is not only the result of what I do now, but also is a result of whatever I have done in the past. And it is so intricately connected that what I do and what everyone does, and what I do, what everyone does in the present, and what I have done and what others have done in the past, Bhagavan takes everything into consideration and he gives the results. Are you understanding how complex it is? Suppose you have, let us say, a bundle of thread. It is all entangled. Okay? All entangled. Just giving you a small example. And you think that if you pull this end, it will become loose. But you're pulling, it becomes more tighter. Why? It is connected somewhere else which you can't see. Like that, all our karmas are interconnected. If I am sitting here, it is not only my karma, it is also your karma. You can't escape me. Neither can I escape you. Such a kind of child, in such a kind of home, to such a kind of mother and father, in such a kind of state, or a town, or city, in such a kind of country, is a very complex matter. A very complex matter. You and I can't decide. Our knowledge is very limited. The one who keeps all these considerations in attention because of the infinite knowledge, infinite capacity, Sarvajna, Sarvashakti, and enables this cosmos to run is this Ishvara. Sarvajna, Sarvashakti. And therefore, your realm of endeavor can only be action. It can't be the result because you are not in control. I'm telling logically the fact. What is the breakfast today? Pata. It's not your home, you don't know. Even in your home, how good the breakfast will come, you don't know. You can do your best. So many factors are there. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Okay? So therefore this adage or this proverb which we say so often, do your best, leave the rest. Do the best, God takes care of the rest. Do your best. And whatever happens, happens for good. Don't be worried. It is good for you. Nothing is bad. Everything happens for good. In your experience, you might have seen so many times something very horrible happens. Well, what a horrible thing. But 10 years down the line, you think that's the best thing it could have happened. Have you not experienced this? It is like that. Because God's duty is not only to give you joys and sorrows, but God's duty is also to give you joys and sorrows in such a manner you grow and evolve. And God's duty is to enable that you become pure at heart and reach Him. And therefore, ma paleshu kadachana. Whatever comes, you accept as His prasad. This ma paleshu kadachana is what is technically in Vedanta or in the context of Karma Yoga, we say prasada buddhi. Karma Yoga has got two facets. One is prasada buddhi, another is called as what? Ishwararpana buddhi. So in this karmanyevadhikaraste, you have the prasada buddhi highlighted. In the next verse we will see Ishwararpana buddhi is highlighted. What is prasada buddhi? Accepting what comes with equanimity. The word prasada has got this sense, equanimity. The word prasada has also this meaning, blessing. When you go to the temple and you offer the naivedya, here also Padaka Puja was there, you offered the naivedya. And then finally, what did they give you? They gave you prasada. Your own naivedya becomes prasada. Did you note? Do you see that? Your own naivedya becomes prasada. The coconut you gave, the fruit you gave, that becomes prasada. And when prasada comes, you don't ask this question, I want apple. If banana comes, you accept banana. Because What is given as blessing, you accept as blessing. So when you do karma, naivedya, you get the prasada of sukha and dukkha, of success and failure. In prasada, don't ask, I want this, I want that. Nobody does that. We accept it. When children tell that to children, they don't know much, innocent ones. When they go and they look at that, and then they say, no, I want the jaggery there. Priest also will give. But the parents tell, don't ask like that. Whatever comes, accept. What we tell children, if we follow in our life, that will become prasada buddhi. Don't insist. Ma paleshu kadachana. Ma paleshu kadachana means don't insist. Duragraha should not be there. So this is prasada buddhi. And thus, ma karma pala heturbuho. You don't be a person for whom the result is the inspirer of action. Ma karma pala heturbuho. This line people sometimes they don't understand. Ma karma pala hetu. It is not a repetition, but it is only stating how you are now because of the first line. My realm of endeavor is action. My realm of endeavor is not the result. And thus, by not being a person, thus you do not become a person for whom the result is the inspirer of action. Ma karma pala hetu. Hetu is cause. Karma pala, result of action. Result of action can be what? Sukha, dukkha, joy, sorrow, success, failure, mana, apamana, honor, dishonor, all these things. Let this not be what inspires you to action. But the very fact it has to be done inspires you to action. What inspires you to action? It is to be done, therefore it is done. It is duty, it ought to be done. That is sufficient inspiration for action. What I get out of it is not inspiring me. It has to be done, therefore it will be done. It is kartavya, what ought to be done, therefore it will be done. And of course, what ought to be done will depend upon you. For each one, it can be different. Your duty doesn't have to be my duty. A student's duty is different from the duty of somebody who is married. A married man's duty is different from somebody who is retired. Vanaprastha. A duty of a renunciate, a sannyasin is very different. Duties will differ. The duty of a doctor is different from a duty of a software professional. Manager's duty is different from somebody who is working as an accountant. Duties will differ. But duty is what inspires me to do. So you don't be, thus not being one, thus you don't be a one for whom the karma pala becomes a hetu. Ma is don't. Ma is not mother here. Ma karma pala heturbu. You don't be the one for whom the result inspires the action. That means what? The action itself inspires you to do. And because you have defocused from the results, at no point of time become complacent. At no point of time become indolent. At no point of time become lazy. Be alert. Mate sangaha astu akarmani. Let your attachment, let your propensity be not towards inaction. Mate sangaha. Sangaha, attachment, propensity. So thus, in this verse, accepting everything as Lord's prasad, accepting the results, What are the results? Finally, result is sukha and dukkha. This is the result. Whether it is sukha, whether it is dukkha, both of them are fine. Prasada buddhi. Equanimity in the results. This verse we have seen yesterday. I'm just adding some more shades for your comprehension. Now going further, you have the next verse in which Ishvararpana buddhi is brought in. Karma yoga is prasada buddhi plus Ishvararpana buddhi. In karma yoga, what happens? Instead of ego being the focus, the Lord becomes the focus. When you want something for yourself from the action, you become the focus. When you take yourself out of the picture, when you subdue the ego is not gone. When that ego is reduced, then it becomes karma yoga. Ending of the ego is uddhared atmanatmanam. The final ending of the ego. That is what is said in the first verse. Take yourself out from this limitation and become the truth unlimited. Uddhared, become a yoga ruda. That is the first verse. Unite yoga ruda. Ascend to that yoga, ascend to that union. That is the first verse. But you can't do it directly. Even though you may have the knowledge of Vedanta, you can't do it directly. How do I do it? I should now ensure that there is a purity of mind to hold this clarity. And actually, as the purity becomes stronger, the clarity becomes deeper. We may think we have clarity, but it is not a fact. We may think, I'm very clear. But you do not know it can become more clearer. And you will not know it can become more clearer unless it becomes clear by itself. And that purity not only holds the clarity, purity enhances the clarity. Purity fulfills the clarity. And for that, Karma Yoga. The first verse of Karma Yoga, Yat karoshi yadashnasi, Karmandyevadikaraste, spoke about the Prasada Buddhi, equanimity in the results. Equanimity in the results can be there if the action itself is dedicated to the Lord. If the action is dedicated to the ego, equanimity in results cannot be there. So Prasada Buddhi is a result of Ishvararpana Buddhi. Actually, Prasada Buddhi and Ishvararpana Buddhi are the two sides of the coin of Karma Yoga. Like how a coin has got two sides. Like that, Prasada Buddhi and Ishvararpana Buddhi. Let's read this verse now. Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yat juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Once more.
Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yat juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam.
Yat karoshi, yad ashnasi, yad juhoshi, yad dadasi yat tapasyasi. See, yat everywhere. So this kind of yat coming everywhere, yat means what? That which. But yat will get repeated, then the meaning of yat will become whatever. Repetition is there. Yad meaning whatever. Yat, that which. So yat karoshi, that means what? Whatever you do. Because the repetition of yat is there. Yadashnasi, whatever you eat. So one you see is from you to out. Another is what? From out to in. Can you see? Karma is from you to out, from in to out. And Ashnasi is what? Ashnasi is what you eat. That is out to in. And when you say Yat Karoshi, all the karmendriyas. Do you know what are the karmendriyas? Anybody who studied Tattva Bodha? Tattva Bodha, anybody studied? Then you should be able to answer what are the karmendriyas. Anyone can tell me in Sanskrit? Vak. First you start with Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upastha. Vak is what? Speech. Pani is what? Hand. Pada is what? Leg. Payu is what? Payu is the organ of excretion. Upastha is what? Organ of generation. It is through these actions we can do all the actions. Everything Bhagavan has said. Bhagavan has not said holy, unholy, nothing. Yat karoshi, whatever you do. So whatever you do with your speech, what do you mean whatever you do? What is doing with speech called as Vagindriya, talking? Yat karoshi, whatever you talk. It is not said whatever Bhagavad Gita verse you chant. Whatever you talk. Yat karoshi. Vak. Pani, with your hands you lift and do whatever. Karoshi. Pada, walking, running, all kinds. Pani, that is pada. Vak, pani, pada. Payu, excretion. Excretion through the excretion organ, but excretion also happens through sweat and all those things. That's also a kind of excretion. Whatever waste is thrown out of the body is excretion. And upastha, the organ of generation, through which you procreate, you have children, all of them. Yat karoshi. Next, yadashnasi. Yadashnasi, whatever you eat. And when you think whatever you eat, don't think only what you eat through your mouth. You eat also through your senses, other senses. Is it not? Now what are you doing? You are eating Vedanta. You are eating Bhagavad Gita. And you don't eat Bhagavad Gita through your mouth. Karna. And now I am eating all of you. How? Through my eyes. Bhadram karne vishrunuyama deva Bhadram pashyemakshabhirya jatra. So I can eat through my mouth, of course, also through my ears, through my eyes, through my nose, through my tongue, through my skin. I eat. Yat karoshi, yadashnasi. Whatever you are doing for your deha yatra, yat karoshi. Whatever you are doing for your deha dharana, yadashnasi. Yat karoshi, yadashnasi. Yad juhoshi. Now, this yat karoshi, yadashnasi, laukika, from the standpoint of the world. Yad juhoshi, juhoshi is yajna, yaga, worship. Dadasi is dana. Yat tapasyasi, austerity, sadhanas. Meaning, One is from the standpoint of the Laukika with respect to the world. Another is standpoint of the Daivika, the divine. Or the Vaidika, the sacred. Meaning the sacred and the secular, all of them. So 2 examples given for the secular and 3 examples given for the sacred. That means that itself telling you, give more value to the sacred. Give importance to the sacred. And the Laukika, whatever from in to out and whatever from the out to the in. Both of them. And we saw Karoshi, Jnanendriyas, Ashnasi, Karoshi, the Karmendriyas, Ashnasi, the various Jnanendriyas, everything we saw. Yajjuhoshi, whatever yajna you perform, whatever worship you do, whatever devta you worship, even that worship of the deity, even now, whatever, let's say Ganapati Havana, your housewarming ceremony you're having, Ganapati Havana you're having, or Saraswati Puja, I say, and let's say Saraswati Puja you do. These are all worship, is it not? On specific days you do various worship. Let's say Navagrahas are there. Do you know Navagrahas? Of course, Swamiji, we know very well. You do not know, we know better. Rahu, Ketu, Navagrahas. Yajjoshi, meaning whatever worship you offer to any devta. Yajjoshi. Agne Swaha, Idanna Mama. Vayave Swaha, Idanna Mama. You offer, right? Various. Now you're going to have Gayatri Havana tomorrow. Bhurbhuvasva Tatsavitavarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya Swaha Idanna Mama. You're going to, tomorrow is what? Tomorrow or day after? Day after, all right. You are going to offer. Meaning, whatever worship you do to offer to whatever deities. And the worship to the deities is not just Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. The worship to deities is also how you treat, how you consider the forces of nature. Prithvi is Devta. Prithvi is Devta. And worship of Prithvi Devata is what? Is to keep the earth unnecessarily not harming the earth. And they used to say, elders used to stay in our homes, they say, I'm sure they must have told you also, when you walk, walk softly. Why? You should not pain the Prithvi Devata. No, a certain way they communicate that this is a deity. Even when you get up in the morning, you worship the Prithvi Devata. Prithvi Tvayadrita Loka. Even in the puja we say, Prithvi Tvayadrita Loka. These words are all held by you. Prithvi Tvayadrita Loka. Don't spit on the earth. No? So these are all the way you show your respect and reverence. Water, Jaladevata. Don't pollute the waters. Don't harm nature. This is also worship. So Yajjuhoshi, whatever deity you worship. Yad Dadasi, whatever you give to anybody. Whatever as dana you give. Here most of you, all of you are offering your dakshina for the next Vedanta course, right? And that we are going to offer it to Puja Swamiji on the convocation. Whatever you are giving. Yad Dadasi Yad. Whatever you are giving for any noble cause. whatever you are giving to somebody in need, yad dadasi, according to your means, according to your capacity, according to the need and the requirement, whatever you do, yat tapasyasi, whatever tapas you take up. Tapas, the word tapas means what? Tap, it comes from the root tap. Tap means to burn away, to heat and to burn away. Tap. Meaning, whatever you sadhanas you take up to burn away your negativities. Whatever sadhanas you take up to burn away your sins. Tapasa kalmasham hanti. The Veda says, by tapas, all the kalmashas, all the dirt is removed. The word tap has the sense of focus. Manasascha indriyanam aikagryam paramam tapaha. Mahabharata. Manasascha, the mind, indriyas, all the senses, cha, aikagryam, the focus is called tapas. Meaning, whatever sadhanas you take up, where there is tapas, where there is focus is there. And every sadhana will have focus. Even this sadhana, what we are doing now, this is a Shravana sadhana you are doing. It requires focus. Suppose your mind has gone away to your home, that time you can't listen. Correct? Focus is required, tapas. Then to your room you go and you're studying very carefully what you studied here. Swadhyaya, that is also tapas. Then you are sitting down for your group discussion, manana. There also you need to focus, tapas. Or let us say you're doing a japa. That is also tapas. Meaning whatever, that yat means whatever. Whatever tapas you are doing, whatever dana you are doing, whatever worship you are doing. Hey Kaunteya, Kaunteya is who? Arjuna. How does Arjuna get the name Kaunteya? Because son of Kunti. So in Sanskrit you can refer to somebody through the mother or the father. Dasharati, that is the name for whom? Bhagavan Rama. Why? Father was Dasharatha. Alright. So, hey Kaunteya, hey Arjuna. And Arjuna, your mother was an embodiment of this. Tat Kurushva Madarpana. All those things you dedicate unto me. You offer it unto me. Meaning, through all of them, worship me. Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva. Do you know this verse? Chant this verse. Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva manava prakrite svabhava karomi yadya sakalam parasmai Narayanayet samarpayami Srimannarayanaye samarpayami. Is this not how you conclude your puja? That means what? Make your life a puja. That is the meaning of it. Make your life a worship. Meaning, don't limit worship to one particular facet, one particular time, or one particular action. Make your life a worship. Everything you do should be worship. Huh? Yat karoshi. But Swamiji, I'm going to bathroom. How can be worship? Practically you're talking now. Why? Why not? Why can't going to bathroom be worship? Oh, you mean when I'm going for bathroom, I should chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya? No, 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 no. How that is possible? Making bathroom, going to bathroom worship. No, no, that is also worship. Why? Because this body is given to you by Bhagavan. And you're taking care of the body. Taking bath can also become worship. Combing your hair can become worship. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritaha Pranapana Samayuktaha Pachamyannam Chaturvidam. 15th chapter we studied. Remember? Bhagavan says, I am present in your stomach as a Vaishvanara Agni. So what you eat is also worship a yajna to Bhagavan. In yajna you offer, right? So when you eat also, you be very careful what you're eating. Why? Because Bhagavan is there receiving all of them. Don't put nonsense inside that. Sandhya time, do Sandhya Vandana. Not what? And don't do the Ahuti of. Right? Be careful what you give to Bhagavan. No, if you do like this, then I can't enjoy. No, make your enjoyment also to Bhagavan, offering to Bhagavan. Make your rest also an offering to Bhagavan. And of course, you can't give nonsense to Bhagavan. And therefore, what will happen? Everything you do will become naturally dharmic. Can you see this? Naturally dharmic it will become. Some Mahatma comes to your home, some sadhu you are inviting for bhiksha. Don't you make the best for that Mahatma? Your best. Whatever best is possible, don't you? Do you give nonsense? Yesterday food getting spoiled. Do you give that? We don't give. Is it not? Why? Atiti Devo Bhava. Now, if you are doing for Bhagavan, how should it be? It should be your best. Whether it is the best or not is not the problem, but it should be your best. Correct? Therefore, take care of your health. Why? I'm doing it for Bhagavan. I'm wearing nice saris and all. Why? Because this is for Bhagavan. I'm a sadhaka, I wear shabby dress. No. You can't be a sadhaka wearing shabby dress. Clean dress I'm wearing. Why? I'm wearing it for Bhagavan. Yat karoshi. Everything, huh? I'm brushing my teeth. What for? For Bhagavan. Everything. So divinize every facet of the life. Don't make divinity a facet of life. Let divinity be the all-encompassing life. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjuhoshi dadasi yat yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. This your mother did, Kaunteya. Arjuna's mother was so great. She said, Bhagavan, give me more sorrows. Why? When I get sorrows, I can remember you. When I get sorrows, you come rushing to help me. I can have your darshan. Kunti was like that. Amazing lady. She stayed alive. Madri, she died. She wanted to die. She died. Kunti stayed alive. Not only to take care of her children, but also Madri's children. Alone, single lady in the forest brings them back the children. In the midst of inimical family, she raised all her children. Not an easy task she did. And she, who has only suffered all through her life and seen nothing called as joy actually, she is telling to Bhagavan Krishna, give me more sorrows. We have not even tasted 1/10 of the sorrow what she has tasted. And when some sorrow comes, we tell, Bhagavan, are you there? Our Gurudev used to say, every time you face a sorrow, it is Bhagavan's love letter to you. So that at that time you turn towards him. Pain is not the time to question God. Pain is a time where we love God more. Tat kurushva madarpanam. Like that. Let's read the verse together. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yat yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Do it as an offering unto me. Meaning, do it for me. Meaning, keep the altar of action me. Meaning, do it for me. Do it for my happiness. Do it for the Lord's joy. So offering unto the Lord is doing it for God's happiness. What I have is what you have given, O Lord. What I do is my offering unto you. Like how a child would say, I'm doing it to make my mother happy, my father happy. The same way you as God's child say, I'm going to, by this, I'm making my mother happy, my father happy. Mata cha Parvati Devi, Pita Devo Maheshwara. Like that you do. So this is Ishwararpana Buddhi, offering unto the Lord. So actions you offer unto the Lord, results you accept as Prasada. Actions are your Naivedya, results are Bhagavan's Prasada. See more in the next session. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.